Earthlings. How you doing today? Josh Poet with you here on another morning here on planet Earth. Today on the Dream Spell, our day is called a Red Earth Day. Red Cosmic Earth, to be more specific. Red is the color of initiation. Cosmic tone. It's called the cosmic tone of presence. And the symbol for today is the Earth, the red Earth. The Earth is the 17th symbol. Earth is all about navigation and synchronicity. And the guide for today is the dragon. Dragon's about birth. To put it all together, today is a red cosmic Earth guided by the dragon. The phrase is, I endure, in order to evolve, transcending synchronicity. I seal the matrix of navigation with the cosmic tone of presence. I am guided by the power of birth. On the Gregorian calendar, it is Wednesday, April 20th, 2011, a day of celebration of the Earth. All right, now bringing us back to where we are. We've got a big show today, a lot of good information. We have a guest in the second hour. Jason Curran is going to be back with us talking about a few matters at hand. In the meantime, Dirk Bradshaw has the news for today, and I believe we're going to be talking about government secrets. This is what Dirk told me. So Dirk, over to you.
Next up on the Cosmic News Network, the Cosmic News with Dirk Bradshaw. Hello there, this is Lisbeth. You hired me to hack the internet to find the greatest deals on the net. My report shows that of the 36 billion sites scanned, free in LA is the greatest deal because it is all free. Over 3,000 things to do free in LA. Let's meet there right now.
Hey there, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is time for what I like to consider the greatest show on Earth. That would be the Cosmic News with Dirk Bradshaw. I am Dirk Bradshaw. And tonight, well, you know, I'm asked often, how is it that the government is able to manipulate and maintain all their secrets? And believe me, people, there are a lot of them. Not just the ones hidden up in Iron Mountain. There are tons and tons of things you should know about, but the government won't let you know about. So how do they get away with it? Well, we started bouncing around some ideas, looking around at some guests, and we think we found a pretty good guest who's going to inform you on how it is on the law and government secrecy. So every time you said there should be a law, well, guess what? There is. That is tonight on the Cosmic News. Stay tuned. You are definitely going to want to know this stuff.
Flying high above the planet Earth, this is the Cosmic News with Dirk Bradshaw.
It's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, oh I'm a rocket man, rocket man from outer space.
After becoming an attorney many years ago, I decided to, as dispassionately and as objectively as possible, apply the critical thinking I learned as a scientist and as an attorney to this issue of UFOs. I became very interested in seeing what evidence truly existed with regard to this subject and to determine how, if at all, the so-called government is able to keep these things secret, as has been posited. What I have found in my long and tedious journey is of the gravest and most serious nature. What I have found is that, far from being a joke, this topic encompasses what may be the most profound revelation in human history. What I have also found is that the laws created to keep these and other matters completely hidden from the public have the gravest and most serious implications for the continued viability of our democracy, and I believe tread upon the Constitution to which I, as an attorney, have sworn an oath to protect. It is for this reason that I bring this information to you, to do with as you will. It is not my intention to convince you or anyone else that we are being visited by aliens. What I am here to convince you of is that the protections provided by our Constitution are under a great threat, and that threat comes from government secrecy imposed by the military-industrial complex. It is my opinion that although secrecy is necessary under certain limited circumstances, government secrecy in the way that it has been imposed by the National Security Act and by the manner in which that act has been interpreted is incompatible with a true democracy. Welcome to the Law of Government Secrecy, UFOs and the Need to Know. I'm Richard Beckwith. We all know the government keeps secrets. Even in a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, there are things the general public can't and shouldn't know when it comes to matters of national security. However, in a constitutional government like the United States, there has to be some specific legal authority that allows the government to keep things secret. This legal authority comes in the form of federal statutes and federal agency regulations designed to provide guidance to government officials and the public regarding what things should be kept secret and why. In this presentation, I'll be talking not only about this legal authority, but about some of the things the government keeps from us and why. Let's begin our discussion by talking about the legal framework for government secrecy. The legal framework for government secrecy is provided by the Freedom of Information Act and its national security exemptions, the National Security Act, the Central Intelligence Agency Act, the National Security Agency Act, executive orders of the President, agency rules and regulations of the various agencies involved in the intelligence community, the state secrets privilege, and something else called privatization, which we'll talk about later but is outside the scope of this discussion. The Freedom of Information Act requires all government agencies to make their rules, opinions, orders, records, and proceedings available to the public. It requires that they publish the location where citizens can obtain information they request, statements of the general course and method by which its functions are channeled and determined, what their general procedures are, where their forms are, and they have to publish their substantive rules as well as amendment, revision, or repeal of any of these required publications. Nonetheless, as you can imagine, there are exceptions to the rule. The Freedom of Information Act does not apply to matters that are established by executive order to be kept secret in the interests of national security. Operational files of various member agencies of the intelligence community are also exempt from the Freedom of Information Act. The National Security Act was enacted in 1947 and amended by the Central Intelligence Agency Act of 1949 and the National Security Act of 1959, and has been amended many times since. The National Security Act places the Army, Navy, and Air Force under the umbrella of the newly created Department of Defense. It creates the National Security Council, the CIA, the NSA, the NIC, the DIA, and defines the responsibilities and authority of the Director of Central Intelligence. It also defines the authority of the Secretary of Defense, but more importantly, for purposes of our discussion, it authorizes contracts between the military and intelligence community and private contractors, and provides for the protection of information related to national security. Executive Order 12333, as amended by Executive Orders 13284 and 13355, defines the responsibilities, authority, and relationships between the various members of the intelligence community. This intelligence community includes agencies like the CIA, the NSA, the DIA, and the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, among many others. Now, let's look at the political and historical context of the National Security Act. Before, during, and after the war, fighter pilots from all sides experienced what came to be known as Foo Fighters. These were unidentified objects that ranged in size from a football to a football field that sometimes followed bombers and other aircraft and interfered with their flight systems. These objects were never explained, but they caused tremendous concern at the highest levels of command. America also developed the atomic bomb. World War II ended, and Americans and Russians began to acquire German technology and scientists. America did so through a project called Project Paperclip, and through that project we obtained such tremendous scientists as Wernher von Braun. It was also during this time that Kenneth Arnold had his sighting of objects near Mount Rainier in Washington. Roswell occurred. The Cold War began, as did the arms race. At that time, America began an unprecedented peacetime rearmament, and the military-industrial complex was born. Chillingly, President Eisenhower left us with a warning about the results of a military-industrial complex gone amok.
My fellow Americans, this evening I come to you with a message of leave-taking and farewell, and to share a few final thoughts with you, my countrymen. We have been compelled to create a permanent armaments industry of vast proportions. 3.5 million men and women are directly engaged in the defense establishment. The total influence, economic, political, even spiritual, is felt in every city, every state house, every office of the federal government. We recognize the imperative need for this development, yet we must not fail to comprehend its grave implications. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes.
Oh, man, I can't believe it's over. Where does the time go? Well, I see the fat lady's off the stage. She's looking right at me. It's time for me to go put her to bed. I hate goodbyes. So instead I'm going to say, until we meet again, I'm Dirk Bradshaw for the Cosmic News. Wake up.
What if our government was responsible for some of the greatest crimes against this nation? Would you really want to know? These are big questions, but these questions deserve answers. It's time to demand the truth.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Government should be afraid of people.
9/11 was an inside job. Kennedy was killed by the CIA. Jimmy Carter saw a UFO. Answers to secrets you need to know. So wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. The evidence is overwhelming. Step past your fear, take a look. Illuminati lies keep growing. What they're losing from your eyes. And wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. What would our founding fathers say if they were alive today? Must be turning in their graves. Redcoats are coming, big brother's watching. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. One if by land and two if by sea, and I on the opposite shore will be ready to ride and spread the alarm through every Middlesex village. Wake up! 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 Patriots arise! It's time to demand the truth. What if our government was responsible for some of the greatest crimes against this? All right, Dirk, thank you very much. This is the UFO News, and I am Joshua Poet. So here we go for today. First of all, we have alien body found near crash site in Russia video. Now, we talked about this yesterday. I want to go over this article here. It says around 1 month ago, this publication reported on a major UFO event that occurred in the region of Irkutsk in Russia, Siberia. Hundreds of villagers saw a huge object glowing pink and blue hurtled towards Earth before loudly impacting the ground in a wooded area. The event received widespread coverage in Russia and was reported by Interfax, Russia government news agency. In the West, the event was completely ignored, if not deliberately kept from public view. An enormous team of government officials, including military personnel, secret agents, and science ministry officials, made their way to the UFO crash site within hours of the event occurring. Now it seems a video has been leaked out onto the internet showing a dead alien found in the Republic of Bradshaw, not far from the site of the UFO crash site. Is the alien seen in the video survivor of the crash who managed to leave the area only to die as a result of Russia's harsh conditions? That is a good question. We're going to take a quick look at his video again here. We can jump ahead. Okay. Now, here we go. You can see in this video the big question that everyone wants to know right now. Is this real or is this fake? Quite interesting indeed. Quite interesting indeed. Alright, I'm sure we're going to find out more about that in the days that follow. Ohio witness considers alien abduction after triangle UFO encounter by Roger Marsh. This is at the UFO Examiner. An Ohio witness came forward April 19, 2011 with a 7-year-old triangle UFO sighting where the story's ending is toggled with dreams of a tall alien being with dark-colored, lizard-like skin and a hospital stay involving a swollen brain, according to testimony from the Mutual UFO Network Witness Reporting Database. The witness had just put a child to bed and was watching television in 2004 when a light was noticed shining down onto a backyard tree. The witness stepped outside to have a look and found something that was apparently life-changing. What I saw was a triangle-shaped UFO with one light at each point, one large light in the middle, orange in color. The witness stated the crazy thing is there was no sound coming from the UFO at all. It was just hovering over the top of the tree. Then the story shifts inside to the witness sitting on the couch. Later I awoke sitting on my couch holding a burnt-out cigarette, staring at the back door. But the events of the night were not over. The witness began having dreams of alien creatures a few days later. The aliens that I saw did not look like the aliens that are in the movies. These aliens are tall with dark-colored lizard-like skin, long, slender hands and fingers. The aliens made noises that the witness thought was their way of talking. Then the witness began having head and back pain and sought help at a hospital. The doctors didn't know what was wrong with me, but they said my brain was swollen. I stayed there for a week. Doctors released me when I was better, but with no answers as to what had caused all of it. I think it was a possible alien invasion, alien abduction. No town name was mentioned in the public portion of the UFO report. No images or videos were included, and the witness quotes were edited for clarity. Now, this is from Ohio, which is currently a UFO Alert 5 rating. They had 12 UFO reports in March. And again, California had 45, just to show you the difference. And the story we talked about the other day, Kennedy, that's making its way out there. John Kelly at the UFO Examiner covered this one. Was President Kennedy an alien abductee? Secrets behind President John F. Kennedy's written demands for UFO intelligence from the CIA as reported in Britain's Daily Mail, will be disclosed on a new TV show this Friday night, predicts one local expert. Canadian journalist John Kelly says the audience participants who study the president's November 14, 1963 press conference audio track in reverse will be able to detect messages further defining ET influence on the political leadership of North America. Mr. Kelly cites multiple examples of how other political leaders' secret messages, including President Barack Obama, President Jimmy Carter, and Bloc Quibot leader Gilles Giuseppe, seem to suggest that North America's political elite have personal knowledge of UFOs and alien abduction. A 3-hour special explores President Kennedy's secret UFO message on The Disclosure Show, a new program produced in Vancouver and distributed via Ustream.tv that airs Friday, April 22, 2011 from 7 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Alright. And it says the Disclosure Show host, Vancouver UFO examiner John Kelly, operates his own critical practice in Vancouver, British Columbia, where its an international clientele utilizes the sound of the human voice to access resources for emotional wellness, creativity, and mental clarity. So, let's take a quick look at the Disclosure Show so you know where to find this. It'd be disclosureshow.wordpress.com. It looks like nothing's there at the moment. So Friday, check that out, check that out, check that out. And that, my friends, that is our UFO. Well, we have one last one. Laszlo, a 66-year-old man who has been keeping the eyes on his eyes in video camera observing the skies above Sydney, Australia. For the past several months, he's been observing commercial jets in the skies and noticed that he would often capture strange orbs of light darting in and out around the immediate vicinity of the planes. His most recent footage was captured on the 19th of April, just the other day, and shows a remarkable orb of light swiftly moving through the clouds. Laszlo provided the following statement. I filmed the aeroplane and the cloud formations, and suddenly spheres, UFOs, appeared. Alright, let's look at this, what he has seen. We're going to zip ahead. Oh, look at, okay, there we go. Alright. Yep. If you want to see that, you can go to ufobriefcase.net, and there you can find out the information and watch the full video about what's going on. And that, well, that is our UFO news for today. I'm going to jump to a song, and then I will be back. The name of this song is Roswell.